3 days, one city, and a destination that constantly surprises. Welcome to Singapore. Over the next 3 days, I'll be taking you through the best of Singapore. A city where sleek skyscrapers stand beside century-old temples, and incredible food can be found anywhere, from bustling hawker stalls to refined restaurants. From iconic landmarks and vibrant neighborhoods to unforgettable meals and sweeping skyline views, this journey is all about experiencing the many layers that make Singapore so unique. Come along as we explore 3 days in this incredible city. Hello travelers, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Singapore, a city where food stays center stage and tradition blends with modern living in a perfectly balanced way. Before we jump in, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more adventures. I am ready to start, so if you are, grab your camera and let's explore the essence of Singapore. We chose Park Regis by Prince as our home base in Singapore for a reason. It perfectly blends comfort, convenience, and style. Located just minutes from Orchard Road's world-class in shopping and dining, and surrounded by public transit options, it makes getting around the city effortless. The rooms themselves are modern and thoughtfully designed, with everything you need to relax after a day of exploring. Whether it is the friendly staff, the central location, or the calming atmosphere, Park Regis offers a great balance of value and experience, making it a smart choice for both first-time visitors and seasoned travelers alike. Good morning travelers, it's day 1 here in Singapore, and today we're exploring some of the most iconic landmarks in the city, from gardens by the bay to Chinatown, and a lot of great food in between. Our first stop of the day is Gardens by the Bay, so we're here at the Flower Dome, a beautiful and massive indoor glass garden where you can wander among flowers from all over the world. The Flower Dome is actually one of the largest greenhouses in the world, and the moment you step inside, it generally feels like you left Singapore and started traveling across continents through plants. 1 minute you're surrounded by Mediterranean landscapes with olive trees and lavender, and then just a few steps later, you're looking at cacti and desert plants from places like Mexico and Africa. What is really impressive is how detailed everything is. The plants aren't just randomly placed. They are carefully curated to recreate entire ecosystems. Some of these trees are incredibly old too, which makes it feel less like an exhibit and more like walking through living history. And the best part is that the displays actually change throughout the year. So depending on when you visit, you might see a full tulip festival, cherry blossoms in bloom, or completely different seasonal themes. It gives people a reason to come back because it's never exactly the same experience twice. If you're into photography, this place is honestly a dream. Every corner feels thoughtfully designed with colors, textures, and lighting that just work perfectly on camera. It is one of those places where you can slow down, wander without a plan, and just take everything in. And that's what makes it so special. The Flower Dome was incredible, and now we're heading to the dome next door, the Cloud Forest. The first thing you see the minute you enter the Cloud Forest is this massive indoor waterfall, and yes, you will feel the mist immediately. It is dramatic, it is loud, and it instantly sets the tone for the whole experience. That huge structure right in front of us is the Cloud Mountain, completely covered in lush greenery. The whole idea is to recreate the cool, moist condition of tropical highlands. So as you move through it, the temperature drops, the air feels fresh, and everything just feels alive. But what makes it even more fun right now is the Jurassic Park elements woven throughout the dome. As you walk around, you will spot dinosaur displays hidden among the plants, which honestly makes the whole place feel like you stepped onto a movie set. We're taking the elevator up to the top and then making our way down along the skywalks, and the views are unreal. You are basically suspended above a dense jungle with mist drifting around you and dinosaurs popping up in the distance, which makes the whole experience even more immersive. There are rare plants everywhere, orchids, ferns, pitcher plants, and little educational stops along the way about climate change and conservation. So it is not just visually impressive, there is actually a lot to learn too. It feels like a mix between a sci-fi world and something ancient at the same time. Super futuristic, but also wild and natural. Definitely one of the most unique indoor experiences I ever had. But now, let's head outside to something just as iconic. Just a few steps away from the domes is our next stop, the Supertree Grove Park in Marina by the Bay. These towering structures look like something from another planet. Rising above the park, they almost don't feel real at first glance. But they are not just here for show. These vertical gardens actually generate solar power and play a key role in keeping the space sustainable. Walking underneath them really put things into perspective. You start to notice just how massive they are, stretching up into the sky like something out of a sci-fi film. There is a quiet hum of activity around, but at the same time it feels surprisingly peaceful. Off in the distance you can spot Marina Bay Sands with its 3 towers topped by that famous boat-shaped rooftop, adding even more to the futuristic skyline. When the sun starts to go down, the whole area begins to transform. At night, these structures light up with a full show of colors and music, turning the park into something completely different. It is definitely something worth coming back for. For lunch, we're headed to the super famous hawker center, Lau Pa Sat. Lau Pa Sat has been around since the 19th century, and the building itself really stands out with its intricate cast iron structure and all-world charm. During the day, it is a popular spot for locals grabbing a quick meal, offering a huge variety of food under one roof, from traditional Singaporean dishes to international options. Inside, the market is packed with food stalls, and it's honestly hard to choose just one thing. In the end, we went for a mix of dishes to share, a variety of dumplings, tender pork belly, a fresh bok choy salad, and crispy chicken katsu. Coming here was a great way to experience just how diverse Singapore's food scene is, all in one place. Next on our list is the Tian Hong Ken Temple, one of the oldest temples in Singapore, in the Chinatown district. The Tian Hong Ken Temple is one of the oldest and most important temples in Singapore. Built in the 19th century, this temple was originally a place where early Chinese immigrants came to give thanks for the safe journey across the sea. Even today, it still holds a strong sense of history and cultural significance. As you walk through the entrance, you will notice the incredible level of detail, from the ornate carvings and colorful tiles to the traditional curved roof lined with dragons. What's even more impressive is that it was built without using a single nail. Inside, the atmosphere feels calm and almost timeless, with the scent of incense in the air and the soft light filtering through the space. It is definitely one of those places that really connects you to Singapore's heritage, offering a glimpse into the traditions and stories that helped shape the city. Just a few minutes walk is the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple, another iconic site that you cannot miss when you come to Singapore. The Buddha Tooth Relic Temple is a striking landmark right in the heart of Chinatown. From the outside, the temple immediately stands out with its deep red colors, intricate detailing, and traditional Tang-style architecture. It feels grand, but is still welcoming at the same time. Inside, the atmosphere shifts completely. It is calm and reflective, with soft chanting in the background and the scent of incense filling the air. The temple is said to house a sacred relic, a tooth of the Buddha, which is kept in a beautiful designed stupa on the upper floors. As you explore, you will find richly decorated halls, golden statues, and spaces for prayer and meditation. It is a place that blends spirituality, history, and architecture all in one, giving you a deeper sense of Singapore's cultural and religious diversity. From the temple, we wandered through the lively streets of Chinatown Street Market, where everything feels vibrant and full of energy. Stalls lined with streets selling souvenirs, clothes, and local snacks, and there's always something happening around every corner. It is the kind of place where you can take your time, browse a little, and just soak on the atmosphere. The mix of colors, sounds, and smells really brings the area to life. We're headed now to the Sri Mariamman Temple, the oldest Hindu temple in Singapore that is just a few steps away. As we continue walking, we make our way to Sri Mariamman Temple, the oldest Hindu temple in Singapore. The entrance is hard to miss, with its brightly colored tower covered in detailed carvings of gods and figures. It is an important place of worship for the Hindu community and a beautiful reminder of the cultural diversity that defines Singapore. After a full day of exploring, we went back to the hotel to relax and recharge for a bit. It is the perfect time to unwind, freshen up, and take a break before getting ready to head out again for dinner. We're kicking off the night at Celavi, a rooftop bar in the iconic Marina Bay Sands hotel, where you can enjoy not only good cocktails, but one of the best views of the city. Sitting right on top of Marina Bay Sands, this place offers one of the best panoramas in the city. From up here you can see the entire skyline, the city lights, the bay, and everything we explored throughout the day. It is the perfect spot to slow things down and take it all in. With a cocktail in hand and the music playing in the background, it is hard to beat this view. It is a pretty unforgettable way to experience Singapore at sunset. We continue our way with a walk around Marina Bay, which is something special, particularly at night. The skyline glows, the water reflects it all, and the whole place feels calm but full of life. For dinner, we're headed to Palm Beach restaurant to try one of Singapore's most famous dishes, the black pepper crab. Palm Beach Seafood Restaurant is set right along the waterfront with incredible views over Marina Bay. The restaurant has been around for decades and is known for serving some of Singapore's most iconic seafood dishes, so we knew we were in for something special. We started with a couple of cocktails, just soaking up in the ambience as the city lit up around us. Then came the highlight, the famous black pepper crab. It is rich, spicy, and incredibly aromatic, with a thick peppery sauce that coats every piece. The crab itself is fresh and juicy, and yes, it gets messy, but that's all part of the experience. Alongside that, we ordered tender pork ribs and some garlic bok choy, which balanced everything out perfectly. This was one of those meals that was just as much about the atmosphere as it was about the food, a perfect introduction to Singapore's culinary delights. We ended the night with a stroll around Marina Bay, taking in the city lights and the reflection shimmering across the water and enjoying the incredible vibe. Along the way, we stopped by the iconic Merlion, with its famous lion head and fish body, quietly watching over the bay. We are wrapping up our first day in Singapore. It has been a great start, and there is a lot more exploring to do. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello travelers! Another beautiful day here in Singapore, and we're starting our day in Kampong Glam, a very vibrant and colorful place that you're gonna have lots of fun exploring. At Kampong Glam, one of Singapore's most vibrant and culturally rich neighborhoods, the atmosphere feels completely different. The streets are lined with colorful chop houses, trendy cafes, boutique stores, and murals that give the whole area a creative, laid-back vibe. As you wander through, There is a real mix of old and new. Traditional heritage sitting right alongside modern spots, all blending together effortlessly. Right at the heart of it all is Sultan Mosque, instantly recognizable by his massive golden dome and striking presence. It is one of the most important mosques in the country and a beautiful example of Islamic architecture. Standing there, you can really feel that unique mix of history, culture, and modern energy all coming together in one place. It's what makes this area so special. Our final stop in the area is Haji Lane, a walking street that is known for its vibrant colors and unique stories. From Kampong Glam, we make our way to Haji Lane, one of the coolest and most colorful streets in Singapore. It is a narrow lane, but is packed with personality. On both sides, you got vibrant murals, quirky boutiques, and small independent shops selling everything from unique clothing to handmade accessories. As you walk through, there is always something to catch your eye. Whether it's street art, the music coming from the cafes, or the little hidden corners waiting to be explored. It is the kind of place where you just wander, take it all in, and enjoy the atmosphere, a completely different side of Singapore. It is time for lunch now, so we're gonna head to the Coconut Grove Beach Road restaurant, a popular place among the locals where they serve one of the best laksas in the city. The restaurant has a simple modern feel, but the focus here is all on the food. I was recommended to try the laksa, a rich coconut-based noodle soup that's creamy, slightly spicy and full of flavor, and packed with noodles, prawns and fresh toppings. We also tried the nasi lemak with spiced and fried organic chicken and the vegetable curry. Everything is done with a lot of attention to details, from the quality of the ingredients to the balance of flavors on the plate. Definitely a must try when you're in Singapore. It is time now to have some cocktails and we're headed to Atlas, not only one of the best bars in the city but one of the best bars in the world. It has been voted among the 50 best bars in the world for several years in a row. As soon as you walk in, you're hit with incredible Art Deco interior. High ceilings, rich details, and a massive gin tower that is stretching all the way up. Filled with hundreds of bottles, it feels more like stepping into a grand hall than a bar. The atmosphere is elegant but still relaxed, making it a great spot to slow down and enjoy the moment. We settle in, ordering rounds of cocktails, and just take it all in. It is the kind of place where the setting is just as memorable as the drinks. A perfect stop to catch up and soak in a different side of Singapore's life. After a full day of exploring, we returned to the hotel to rest and recharge for a bit. It was the perfect moment to slow things down, freshen up, and take a short break before heading back out for dinner later in the evening. We're kicking off the night here at level 33 with the beer tasting and the best views of the city. Perched above the skyline, level 33 is known as one of the highest urban microbreweries anywhere in the world. It is the perfect place to enjoy a drink while looking out over the city. We decided to do a beer tasting, which was a great way to try a few of their signature brews. Each one had its own distinct character, from light and crisp to richer, more full-body flavors, all brewed right on site. Sitting there with the view in front of us, it was a really relaxed way to kick off the night, just enjoying good drinks, good company, and the atmosphere high above Singapore. For dinner, we're trying this Japanese restaurant, highly recommended by a friend of mine, Yatagarasu Yakitori. The atmosphere here is cozy and relaxed, with a real focus on the counter experience. You can sit back and watch the chef grilling everything fresh over charcoal right in front of you. We ordered a mix of yakitori, some fried chicken, and a few vegetable dishes to share, and everything came out fresh, simple, and full of flavor. This is the kind of place where the food speaks for itself. Nothing overly complicated, just really well done. Huge thanks to our friend for the recommendation. It ended up being one of our favorite meals. It's been an amazing day in Singapore. So we're gonna be wrapping up the day and heading back to the hotel. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, travelers. It's day 3 here in Singapore and the weather has been amazing. We haven't seen a drop of rain yet, even though it's rainy season. And today we're headed to Little India. We're gonna spend some time exploring beautiful temples, colorful street, and of course having amazing food. We kicked off our morning in Little India with a classic South Indian breakfast at Saravana Bhavan. Crispy dosas, both savory and sweet, and rich aromatic coffee that instantly set the tone for the day. With full stomachs, we stepped out into the vibrant streets where every corner felt alive. Colorful shop fronts, the scent of spices in the air, and the sound of bustling markets made it impossible not to soak everything in. As we wandered deeper, we came across some of Little India's most beautiful temples. Intricate carvings, vivid statues, and the peaceful atmosphere inside created such a striking contrast to the lively streets outside. It is one of those places where you can feel both the energy and the calm at the same time. Little India isn't just a place you visit, it is something you experience with all your senses. And honestly, this was the perfect way to start our day in Singapore. Needing a bit of shelter from the heat and never want to turn down some retail therapy, we headed over to Paragon, right in the heart of Singapore's famous Orchard Road shopping district. It has a more refined, laid-back feel compared to some of the flashier malls, with a mix of luxury labels and well-known international brands spread across a bright, spacious interior. After a quick look around, we made our way to Takashimaya, which brings a completely different vibe. It feels more classic and expansive, anchored by a huge department store and offering an impressive selection of everything from fashion to home goods. But honestly, one of the best parts, the food hall. Even if you're not planning to shop, it's worth wandering through. There are so many options, from local delicacies to beautifully packaged streets that almost look too good to eat. It is a great contrast between the calm, upscale atmosphere of Paragon and the more traditional all-in-one experience at Takashimaya. A perfect way to experience Singapore's shopping scene in just a short walk. We stopped for lunch at Clark Way in a Turkish restaurant called Grand Konak. Here the view is lovely by the river and we're looking forward to try the Turkish food. Grand Konak in Clark Way is a cozy Turkish restaurant tucked into one of Singapore's most vibrant riverside areas. The atmosphere is relaxed but still full of life, with the buzz of Clark Way just outside. We settled in and ordered a mix of dishes to share, and everything came out beautifully presented and fresh. The flavors were bold but balanced, with each dish feeling thoughtfully put together rather than overcomplicated. Good food, a comfortable setting, and a great location right by the river. So this afternoon we have some time to kill, so we decided to stop by the National Museum of Singapore. It is an impressive building. The museum itself is stunning, blending colonial-era architecture with modern design, and it already feels like stepping into a different side of the city. Inside, you get a deep dive into Singapore's history, culture, and identity, told through immersive exhibits and beautifully curated spaces. But the real highlight for us was the special exhibition featuring Skull Panda, a contemporary art series that's playful, a little mysterious, and surprisingly emotional. The characters have this dreamlike, almost surreal quality, each one telling its own quiet story through expression and design. Walking through the exhibition felt completely different from the historical galleries. It was more abstract, more personal, like stepping into someone's imagination. What made it even more interesting was the contrast. On one side you have Singapore's rich history, and on the other this modern global art style that shows how creative expression keeps evolving. It was the perfect post-lunch stop, calm, inspiring, and just the right balance of culture and creativity to slow the day down before heading back to the hotel to rest and reset. We are back at Gardens by the Bay to check out the light show at the Supertree Grove. It is so beautiful that looks like out of this world. Visiting the Supertree Grove at night feels like stepping into a futuristic dream. As the sky darkens over Gardens by the Bay, the towering super trees come alive with color glowing against the city skyline. Find a spot on the ground, lie back, and look up. The real magic begins when the light and sound show starts. Music fills the air as the super trees pulse and change color in perfect sync, creating a mesmerizing canopy of light above you. It is calm, surreal, and surprisingly emotional, like watching nature and technology dance together. Whether you're visiting solo or with friends, this is one of those moments that stays with you long after you leave. For dinner, we're headed to Haji, a restaurant highly recommended by a friend of mine that lives in Singapore and is located in Chinatown. Tucked into the vibrant streets of Chinatown, dinner at Chaya 2 feels like stepping into a retro-inspired dream. Neon lights glow, vintage posters line the walls, and the whole space hums with energy. As the dishes arrive, it is a showcase of bold creative flavors. Start with their signature lobster koi pie tea, alongside the famous truffle roasted duck. Then come the crowd favorite Brussels sprouts with smoked pancetta, perfectly crisp and savory. To end on a sweet high, there's everyone's favorite mango sticky rice. And that brings our trip to Singapore to an end. It has been amazing, and this is definitely a city that I will come back to. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next journey.